got a question, Chad or Judge. And unfortunately, I think it was on the similar lines to Brett, and you answered it in the midst of that answer, I think, a couple of things. But so maybe for the judge, is there any difference in the Nashville program, or is it set up identically as it is in Dallas? Because that was my thinking, is how could this become either diversionary, where the state could help support a little bit of that diversionary startup at least and get it going, or is there any preliminary work done to identify the youth coming out while they're there, maybe a certificate, safe, serve safe, just doing something that identifies screen and, hey, we're going to transition in. I hear exactly what you're saying about that separation and the need for that, but I also think that it could be a great way to identify and transition them nice and smoothly so that we don't lose them in between as well. So, Judge, do you have any comments about how that's being done in Nashville?
Absolutely. And, we are in the planning stages, and we will absolutely be the first jurisdiction to have a cafe momentum. So, you all get behind. He keeps talking about Nashville and Pittsburgh as if we're coming in together. I need to let him know we are the first. And we have Mr. Bryant in the back who will be the cafe Nashville. Me and my team will be sitting down with her a lot over the next couple of months as we plan to open in November. And so, is it November? Yeah, November. And so for us, it's going to have to be a little different because the youth that I have jurisdiction over, the county youth that come in, we don't hold them in a facility post-adjudication. And so our facility is only pre-adjudication. Once, if we are adjudicated and they go into some type of residential treatment center, then the jurisdiction of that case is given to the state, the Department of Children's Services. I know Ms. Neal is up here, but I would see her, and we will be talking to Ms. D and her team about how we can also use some of their youth. But I don't have the authority for the youth that go into the Department of Children's Services custody to recommend or refer a program to them. That's totally by our statute separate. And so for the youth that I have control over, most of them will be ones that we will be diverting from the system. It will be the ones that are out in the community and able to participate. So the only youth we have about, on average, about 30 youth that are in detention, and those youth will, especially for the pop-up, some of those youth will be identified to be able to come out of the facility for the 3 days that they're needed to come out to participate. We will do the training at our facility, so there will be some youth that are in the community that are on some type of probation or some type of other release, and they will come in and do the training. But we will take a couple of youth from our facility as well as a couple of youth in the community that are on some type of supervision, and they will be part of the pop-up. And so looking forward to it, that will be the type of thing that we can do. It's just that the only youth that we are holding in our facility are the pre-adjudication youth, and we'll have to figure out how we can work with that.
And I just want to add, I love that to build a bridge, right, so that the transition is seamless. And one of the things that we've even talked about, we've had a lot of conversations with a gentleman named Henry Gonzalez, who is the Chief Probation Officer for Harris County, which is Houston. And one of the things that he's most excited about is the idea of implementing probation officers from his team inside the Community Services Center. So the probation officer is literally working next to the case manager and the staff psychologist and the education manager and the career services coordinator. Because I think one of the things, and I think that your question actually lends very well to it, is I think one of the things that we do really well is to break through a lot of the silos that the kids experience, because you'll see that, like, judges and attorneys and don't always have a lot of conversation with the probation officer. Probation officer doesn't always have a conversation with school or what's going on at school. In fact, there could be conflict in that a young person can either decide between detention or missing a probation appointment. Healthcare, home, all of these different areas of dramatic impact in a young person's life. There's no communication flow or communication channel. I think one of the things that we look to do is build that to make sure everybody knows what's going on all the time. That a probation officer understands that this young person is one detention away from suspension. To make sure school understands that this young person, and that's why we built our own school.